Good morning. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Betty, will you read the minutes from our last meeting of May 13th?
Chairman Pro Tem Cluse called the regular meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9 a.m. Members present were Cluse and Rasmussen, with Helgebold present via telephone. Motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Helgebold, to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carries. Minutes of the previous regular meeting of May 6, 2024 were read and approved with one correction. Approved claims for payment. Bob Ritter spoke in open forum about the corn and soybeans with the SAF Sustainable Aviation Fuel Market. Ritter read an article, Todd's Take, by Todd Holtman, DTN lead analyst on soybean markets. It was also mentioned by Ritter that Wright County needs to take another look at the zoning rules, as another county just made some new zoning rules. Brittany Howison, Vice President, CDA, Clearing Development Alliance, discussed the circuit outlets in the courthouse lawn. After doing some research, Howison mentioned that the current outlets were purchased over 30 years ago by the prior chamber board. Andy Yackel, Wright County custodian, mentioned to the previous chamber board the outlets need updated. Howison will look into some grants that CDA can apply for. She would like to see the county, city of Clarion, and CDA come together if all in agreement to update the power in the courthouse lawn. The board is not opposed to looking into updating the circuit outlets with the city of Clarion and CDA. It was recommended to Howison to work with Yackel in the future. Larry Klatt, mayor of Dow's, discussed with the board the old gun club property north of Dow's. The trees on the property are too thick and many are dead. The city of Dow's has a welcome sign on this property, and the tree covered the signs at one point. The property is owned by Wright County Conservation, and the board recommended going to their monthly meeting at the conservation office to discuss with them. The next conservation board meeting is Wednesday, May 15th. A motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Helgebold, to allow the chairman to sign the certification of cost allocation plan for fiscal year 2023. Motion carries. Motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Cluse, to approve the third and final reading of ordinance number 68, Wright County Floodplain Management, by roll call votes. Ayes, Cluse, Rasmussen, and Helgebold. Nays, none. The third and final reading of ordinance number 68 passes and will be effective after publication. To view ordinance number 68, please visit Wright County Auditor's Office or view the ordinance on the Wright County website. Motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Helgebold, to approve resolution 2024-14, a resolution to approve the disbursement of funds for the American Rescue Plan Act. By roll call vote, ayes, Cluse, Rasmussen, and Helgebold. Nays, none. Resolution 2024-14 duly passes and reads as follows. And there you can see the resolution in its entirety, and it's just adding $90,000 to the renovation of the resource center. There was discussion held about the billing expenses at the Wright County Resource Center. Currently, the departments and outside entities pay a portion of the building amenities. With a few entities finding space at different locations, the board has discussed charging a flat rate for building families and a percentage for DHS. Veterans Affairs will be provided office space, and juvenile court will also be provided office space. Public Health will pay for the copier, color gun, water, shredded, office supplies, and internet for the Resource Center. The Resource Center Department 50 will take care of the rest of the expenses for the building. Motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Helgebold, to approve the billing expense for the Wright County Resource Center and set the rate of $300 per month for building families and 6.7% of building amenities charged to DHS, with all revenues deposited into Department 50. Motion carries. Abbas, assistant to the Wright County engineer, gave an update on secondary roads. Blades were out spot blading when the weather allowed and reclaiming the shoulders of the hard surface roads. Trucks are continuing to haul the granular 2024 scheduled rock, with 13 of 90 segments complete. Motion by Rasmussen and seconded by Helgebold to adjourn the meeting. Motion carries.
Any additions or corrections? If not, they will stand approved as read. Claims have been around. Open forum for public. Anybody here on Zoom wish to address the board? Okay, item number 6, review and take action on resolution 2024-17 to cancel outstanding warrants.
I discussed this morning with Joan, And all of these are checks that we sent out to pay warrants, that the check never arrived, and so we have squared away all of this billing. This is just the process that we go through to be able to cancel those checks and stop payment on.
Okay.
I would make a motion to approve resolution 2024-17, a resolution to cancel outstanding warrants.
Second.
Any further discussion? Rick, how do you vote?
Aye.
Dean?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
And by canceling these vendors have been paid. So,
Right,
yes,
just like a
yes.
duplicate.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
It's to square our books away.
Okay, item number 7, review and take action on resolution 2024-18 to accept financial responsibility, maintenance and operations of trails in Wright County. You
And
talked to Eric on this one?
I did talk to Eric on this one and he's online. Eric, I explained to the.
Yeah,
board-
so
Go ahead.
this is just a formality. The DOT is requiring new resolutions if they're older than a year to make sure that everybody is on board with the financial responsibility, the ownership and the maintenance thereof.
Okay,
I would make a motion to approve resolution 2024-18. It's a resolution to accept financial responsibility, maintenance and operations for trails in Wright County. Again, there was a resolution passed back in 2022. It's resolution 2022-31. The verbiage is exactly the same. And so my motion is to approve resolution 2024-18.
Second.
any further discussion? Rick, how do you vote?
Aye.
Dean?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. Yep. Okay, I don't know, A, take action on drainage levies eligible for spread. We have Courtney to come down for that one.
Yeah.
Adam, you want to do the secondary roads update? Well, she comes down.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll share
Yeah.
my screen real quick here. Okay. This week we had the guys out blading. I'm gonna start putting in the weekly reports of how many miles the guys are getting. 495 miles this week, divided by 11 motor graders, about 45 miles. They did have one day, as you can see, item C there, that they had a MOGO school. So they were actually in Clarion at the MOGO school. It was pretty nice to not have to travel very far. They were also reclaiming the hard surface routes on West Madison and north of Highway 3. The trucks were out, hauled grain into the program. Scheduled rock is at 27%. They completed 22 work orders. You can see those on the map. And I sent you each an email with this attached. We did a lot of work on CPD4 and R33 here, so that we could get ready for the paving next year. So, and then the mowing, we're mowing before Memorial Day. Zone 1 is complete, Zone 3 is 80%, and then this week is we're going to start with Zone 2 and finish that up. So that's all I have for that. I do have a couple extra things on the geo permits. Secondary roads did go live on our annual trip permit and our single trip permit. We are currently working on trying to get our entrance permit to work the way we want it with geo permits, and then we'll go from there with the tile crossing permit and everything like that has to do with landowner signatures. The other thing I wanted to show you was we have a contractor working this week in doing the work for our on CBD4 or not CBD4, R38 north and south of Clarion on the asphalt portion. And then out at the Lake Blacktop going from Highway 3 north. So they're just going to be slurry leveling all the dips.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for?
No.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
Yep.
Courtney. Drainage and eligible spreads.
Good news, we don't have a whole lot this year for
Quiet.
eligible spreads. We have a total of 8 districts that are eligible. And the few of them that are on here, there's not very many for each one. We have DD2 with only 1, DD36 lateral 2 with 1, DD 100-2. These amounts are larger amounts, keep in mind, because of that large project that they just did, that they're finalizing. DD 107 lateral 1, which a lot of that is going to pertain to that crossing. And DD 112, DD 123 lateral A, DD 126, and then DD 132 finishes it off. And that one only has 2.
Okay.
Each one of these will need your recommendation on being spread for 10, 15, or 20 years.
You wanna go single, each one individually?
I'd say it'd be best.
Okay, DD2, looks like the city of Clarendon's the only owner there.
Yes. For eligible to be spread.
Okay. Do they usually, they don't usually spread theirs, do they just go ahead and do a payment, I would think, not have interest, so.
I think so, because then they.
Would they be charged interest, so
Right.
yeah. So I'd say no spread on that one.
Okay,
They
You wanna do
aren't eligible, so I think we have to choose one.
You have to choose one of them?
Yeah.
So we would choose 10 and then they can choose not to then at that point?
yeah,
Okay. So we have to choose on all these, we'll choose either 10, 15, or 20.
Correct.
Do you see any of them down here that you guys would do 15 or 20 on?
this is per 40-acre tract, correct? Or this is for the individual landowner, that's their total bill.
No,
No.
correct.
Per track is look at like DD 100/2, you have Plant Living Trust, they've got quite a
Gotcha,
bit, yeah.
yeah.
And that one there could be, even on a 10 years, kind of pricey.
So even if a tract does not equate to 40 acres. A tract could be, because your boundaries are different, your
Yeah.
watershed is,
Yeah,
so it could be 20 acres, it could be 17 acres,
yeah.
it could be 2 acres,
Alright.
So but it is per tract.
okay,
Most of them aren't bad. They're sitting around the $1,000 to $5,000 range. With the exception of that DD 100-2 does have those larger amounts with them.
You wanna do 20-year on that one?
What do you think on that? Dean, you're the farmer. I hate to put someone under a pinch and that's kind of,
if you,
that's
if
expensive.
you allow 20 years, that's the best that we can do, and then it's the landowner's decision whether they wanna.
Pay more.
Pay
Yeah.
more, yeah.
I'd say we do 20-year on that 102, 10-2.
DD 100-2.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay,
And there is no penalty for them if they pay ahead of time.
right,
Okay,
They have that choice.
okay.
And I'd say 107, you could almost do the 10-year.
And you're written in multiple owners there or not? So you got a few.
Few of them. It does carry over to the back side of that page for 107 to lateral 1.
Still ain't bad. You do the 15-year, I guess. What do you guys think?
You're the farmer, Dean. I'm gonna refer to you on what your thoughts are on the spread there. I mean, we can go longer. It doesn't hurt us. It gives them a little bit more flexibility. I don't know how,
right.
And Peggy, for you in the treasurer's office, does it make a difference whether it's 10, 15, 20? Same?
Whether I'm retired or not, like it's paid off.
It's interest to you guys, I mean, at that point.
The only thing is when you talk about paying it off early, the installment has to be in full amounts. So if your installment is $100 each year for 20 years, I have to have $100. You can't come in and give me like $50 here and $50 there. It has to be in full amounts, and it has to be before December 1st to get rid of the interest for the next year. So the payoff isn't quite just $5 here, something like that.
And then just keep in mind that that district will show that negative balance until these all clear off. But each year when assessment time comes, what charges they're being assessed for this year will not be assessed again.
Right.
Well, I mean, hearing that, I see no reason not to do, have we in the past not done 20 years?
You have,
Okay. So I would say that the rest of them, that we do them 20-year and let the landowner. determine.
Yeah.
I mean, if that gives them the maximum.
Yeah,
The only concern with 20 years is whether you are going to do additional work in that district.
Yeah.
This can easily become like a credit card situation,
Okay,
where you're making the minimum payments on this 20-year assessment over here. Then maybe 5, 10 years down the road, we do a big job. Now you can only go another 20 years. Well, you've still got this 10 years. Now you've got 20 more years.
Mhm.
This can easily become a credit card situation.
Okay,
yeah.
so your recommendation,
and they should be paid off before a sale happens. If the property is conveyed, the owner at the time of the assessment that currently owns it should be the one paying that off by closing or whatnot. It should not be carried over to the next.
Is that
person.
a legal
No,
requirement or is
No,
that,
you cannot legally
I
require.
was gonna say, I don't think.
Should be.
Yeah, she said
it
should,
should be. a
not a
condition of-
shall.
It should be a condition of the sale.
Situation as well, so.
Yes, we have had that situation where it hasn't been paid off, so then the next landowner starts getting that invoice and they don't know what it is.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
even know I was in a drainage. What's a drainage
But
district?
the abstractor should find that out. standing.
Yes, they should. Yeah, it gets a little bit stickier when it comes to these waivers because the current landowner is the one that is signing that waiver, agreeing to do the payment. For however many years that they want to spread it. And if they don't fulfill that at the time that they sell the property, then the next owner comes in and says, well, I wasn't the one that signed that. I didn't agree to that, so
Yeah,
that gets
Ties to the property though.
tricky
Yeah.
too.
I think we need to remember too, you don't want to become the bank. I mean,
Right.
Trust me, I love making the interest on these things, but
And like that first one, like the DD 100-2, I think 20 years is fair just because you got some real big ones in there.
Yeah,
The next one down,
On the backside of that paper, you got some big ones, but they aren't that big. About a little over 1,000,
you're looking at 107 lateral 1.
Yeah,
yes. I mean, the rest of them, I mean, there's just a few on the, you could do a 10-year on that one pretty easily.
you think 107 lateral one, we do 15, the other ones just do a 10?
I would do 15 on 107 dash. 107 lateral 1.
Okay,
I
15.
would do 15 years on that, would be
Okay.
my recommendation.
And we're looking at 20 years on 100-2.
Right,
DD 112,
10 years.
yep,
10 years on 123 lateral A.
okay. Say the same thing with 126.
Yeah, 10 years.
Yep. And then 132, 10 years.
All right, and then still need DD 36 lateral 2 on the front page.
10 years.
10 years.
So you have everything 10 except for 100-2 and 107 lateral 1.
Correct.
Correct.
It's 20 and 15 consecutive. Okay.
I have a motion for that.
So moved.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, Courtney, you got your,
Now does, Frank, is that with Franklin County 100-2?
Yes.
Right,
Do they have to do 20-year also then?
No.
Or no, they can
No.
do whatever they?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, they will just be informed that we are doing 20 years on our side,
okay.
and then we will send them payments every year after the due dates,
what's our interest rate now, Peggy?
6%.
till 6.
Well, maybe something to look at next year.
I know there is some counties that are reviewing it to change that, but that they're kind of all over the board. Nobody was being consistent about what they're going up to, so
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
thank you.
Any old business, new business, or update on meetings, gentlemen?
I've got central Iowa detention coming up Friday over in Eldora.
Last week on Monday afternoon, I had, building families, we approved the budget for 2025. And that was the only item on the agenda for the meeting. And this week, I have, on Wednesday, Midas, and on Thursday, I think CFR. I'm not sure if that's the 23rd or if it's the 30th. But,
Then I got our annual meeting for UDMO next Tuesday. And that's when I become president of the organization.
the other, business that I've been dealing with, over the weekend is, I received a phone call from, Kevin Burris, our tenant on the county farm. He went out there to field cultivate that. I don't remember if it was Friday or Saturday that I talked to him. I think it was Friday, and had, water running across the ground, in one place. I contacted Ryan Mosdam. He was able to get there and, open it up, found a plug tile with a dead animal. Cleared that, and that took care of that problem. The following day, again, further, operations in the field, discovered several other wet spots. So I contacted Ryan Mosdam again. I met with Larry and Ryan out there this morning, and discussed the process, but we will be getting some tile repairs done on the county farm, and, you know, with the price that our tenant is paying for cash rent, I mean, you would expect to have, drainage there. So I'll keep you posted on the update, but there is work that's gonna be done out there to improve the tile. Betty was able to look through the records this morning and found some old tile maps that I will be getting to Ryan, that should help in his investigation and trying to solve the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
There's been numerous tiles plugged with dead animals this year.
Nice warm place to spend the winter.
Yeah, well, once you get stuck in there, then it's not so warm.
We have, public health tomorrow morning. Economic development last week, I wasn't able to attend. Any updates on that from Daryl Stephen?
Again, maybe the commission, whether any work with our German prospect.
Okay. Cool. Okay, no other information. Do I have a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second,
Say,
all in favor?
I.
Motion carries. Thank you.